Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you for continuing to come back and watch your readings, guys. I appreciate it. All right, we're starting this reading's for Leo, or Leo house, the 5th house, which is the house of pleasure, leisure, recreation, enjoyment. It's actually a fun house, but if you have Leo in your chart, this could resonate more. We're going to get 3 of these guys, and we're going to go from there. These have been touching on our relationships and certain things that, you know, we need to work on, or, you know, whether that's patience, forgiveness, acceptance. Actually, it was like, what was it so far as fear, judgment, what Gemini have? Kind of like determination and like continuing on with things. Cancer had acceptance. So yeah, we're just getting what's coming out, guys. All right, we got 61. Interesting. Okay, you guys, this is a newer deck, but I like to kind of, and the images don't really go with the meaning in the book, but I am reading like the meanings in the book, at least a little of it. We got 61. This looks like this girl's being carried by these 2 blackbirds through the sky, and she looks, you know, relaxed and comfortable and safe and secure. And this next card looks like almost like somebody catching somebody or lifting them up. And then we got this beautiful card here, Leo. And this is coming through as star energy, mother energy, baby energy too. We're going to read that, and then we're just going to continue to go with that, guys. So let's see. We got 61 here. Okay, I'm trying to keep these under an hour, but they've been being about an hour. So if you've been with my channel, you know I don't do short readings. Okay, and this deck does deal with like relationships, loss. It's a healing deck, so it's for any kind of traumas, separations, stuff like that. But there's a lot more to these images too. I just love the artwork. This is about immediately being comfortable around somebody, feeling very comfortable, safe, and secure. Maybe where you're at right now. And some of the little sayings under this card is, I smile at only a glimpse of you. What is so familiar? I have been getting a lot of messages too about like soulmates and like twin flames, and I've actually went down like the rabbit hole a little about that. I don't do relationship readings and stuff. I mean, I love and I believe love is everything. So that does come into our relationships, but I don't like to focus on like the other person or stuff like that, like drama and stuff like that. I just want to focus on love, forgiveness, acceptance, the stuff that makes life more comfortable, you know, and those relationships can make life a lot more comfortable with certain compassionate elements in them, and understanding, you know, that we're human, we're all growing, we're all learning, yeah, and we all want to be happy, you know. What makes me feel like I've known you more than a lifetime? This is kind of feeling like soulmate-y too. It says the essence of a person transcends through space and time, and the essence being like the soul, the spirit. I know I've been, like I said, I've been getting this in the energy that there's definitely a lot of soulmate relationships and stuff that are facing maybe some hard times right now, and crossroads, whether that's some karma or some, there's been this story from one of my subscribers, and she reads it, and it's called The Little Soul in the Sun, and I will link that. I should link it under all of them, but she reads this book, and it's absolutely beautiful about this soul purposely coming and lowering his vibration to teach this little soul forgiveness, because the little soul wants to be forgiving, and it kind of really has been coming in a lot lately. I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I've probably watched that at least 3 times. It's a beautiful story, and it does remind me of, like, when we come here, how we're trying to grow each other and help each other learn and be like everything we can be. And that sounds kind of cliche, but it's true. It's so we can help each other be the best, most loving souls we can be, and experienced, and without experience in these kind of even harder areas of life, we don't have understanding, and without understanding, we don't have compassion. Without compassion, we don't have forgiveness or love or growth. We just stay stuck in a way. Unraveling your mystery is my dream come true. You could be really thinking a lot about somebody or something here in your life. Probably somebody that you feel very, very in tune with, attached to. Maybe like there's a bigger story to it than what you can even like consciously wrap your head around. It says it felt like you've known them for a long time, or that you've met them before. And did you connect an intense passion and obsessiveness that compelled you to be near them? When you're together, did you start adopting each other's patterns almost immediately? I know this is happening in the collective, and this is just in like lots of dynamics, not just like love, like sexual love, but like in all relationships, our dynamics in families, friends. It's like we're starting to really wake up to how we've kind of lost ourselves, in the conditioning, in the relationships, in the trying to be what everybody thinks we should be or wants us to be. And that's been very loud and clear message for a couple months now, coming in really, really loud. Not that it isn't always there, but it's just really working on people right now to recognize that if you can't be your true self, or you feel like you can't be your true self, it's like, and by the true self, I don't mean like the personality. I mean what your soul like feels like. It's like we block a lot of those feelings to not upset this person, or not ruffle these waters, or it's especially when we've been in long dynamics. It's coming to head here. It says, if these words sound familiar, they're just some of the signs that you could have been or are presently involved in a karmic relationship. And that is the feeling I've been getting, is there's a lot of karma getting laid to rest now, and it needs to, before we enter where and this is Pluto. Pluto's in play, the very end of Pluto being in Capricorn, which is that in the tarot it's represented by the Devil card, but it's also like a strong, powerful sign. It's a cardinal energy. It's a leader. And we need this energy to also kind of, but it's trying to hold on to this control, this power, this and this would be on the shadow side of Capricorn. But there's obviously this a great lead, like have the potential to lead in all directions. But that being said, and kind of getting off the subject there, but that energy is trying to hold on to people, that control, that trying to lead your way, like it's my way or the highway kind of energy. That's kind of a shadow of Capricorn energy, but I do feel that. And it says some souls seek each other time and time again through multiple lifetimes. Maybe they just want to rekindle the closeness they had and long to be near one another. Other times they may be facing unfinished previous life lessons, so their souls need more time together in order to lay the past to rest. Karmic relationships can bring out unhealed aspects of ourselves, and this is what's happening in these dynamics. It's like we are brought to where we're brought, and we're with, and I believe everything happens for our soul's growth, and that includes our relationships, our families, where we're born into. It's things we need to grow through, learn through, to heal some part of heal or awaken some part of ourselves that is either wounded or just needs some light shined on it. Other times they may be facing unfinished previous life lessons. Okay, karmic relationships can bring out unhealed aspects of ourselves, but they initiate incredible soul growth. And I know this in my life, karmic relationships, you know, and it might just be one really powerful one, but it could be a few in your life you've dealt with that have really woke you up, really taught you something about your shadows or your weaknesses or your instability, or, you know, it's reflecting back to you the things that you can be better in and on and recognize about yourself to make yourself a more balanced, peaceful human being. Grounded, you know, it could be any of the other, maybe you're too grounded and your karmic, this karmic partner or dynamic comes in to free you up, to help you loosen up, or vice versa. You know, you're too free and it comes down to ground you, and it comes in to teach you like responsibility and teach you like, you know, maybe there's somebody trying to teach you compassion and empathy and forgiveness, and somebody else getting taught how to work harder, or, you know, whatever it is. So that's very interesting. But it says you may have to face a lot of trial and error until you figure out how to free yourself from any negativity surrounding prior wrongdoings, or find some type of resolution for you both. Because this says, although it can be challenging when you're dealing with these situations, you can't remember. That is this book, the Little Soul book. It's like you can't remember that that's what you're here to learn or to grow from. I do remember, like, I know now, like, if there's a knowing what I'm supposed to be learning at this point. There's probably more to learn. I'm hoping so anyway, because I like to learn something new every day. I think it makes us keep growing, and I like that. But it says, you know, after lots of time and time again, doing maybe the same things over and over again, patterns, cycles, dynamics, it says there's the way to free yourself is by freeing yourself from the negativity of the karmic lesson, if that makes sense. So not taking it kind of personal, and that's a hard thing to do when we've been hurt or we've hurt others, and that includes taking it personal with ourselves too. Forgiveness, just self-forgiveness and forgiving others, comes naturally, and it comes by realizing that the conscious awareness just wasn't there when you were younger, and we're fast growing and fastly evolving, especially as we get older, and it's just a lot, you guys. So that being said, it says be patient and kind with the understanding that something good will be gained from this connection. So if there is a relationship you're struggling, it's probably, you need to look at what you need to learn in it, what they've learned in it or need to learn in it, and release the negativity behind the lesson, and just take the lesson and move forward with the value of that. Be willing to take extra steps to meet in the place of peace, even if it requires you to give a little more or bend a little further. Sometimes our hearts are just looking for forgiveness. You will come together until you receive enlightenment, and then your souls need to separate to complete the mending process. When this happens, you must not allow them to draw you back into the past. This is what I feel happening in the energy with these relationships. It's like you've learned your karmic lesson. Maybe this person did agree to come teach you something, or you've agreed to teach them something, and now you've done your part, and maybe and this is happening all over. Some people don't believe in karma. They don't believe in that our souls are even like soul, like that we don't have a separate being than our personalities. And it's just, to me, that's doesn't make sense. But to others, and I'm not dogging on anybody, to others it doesn't. But I feel this. I wouldn't be doing this kind of stuff if I didn't. And I know that this process is a hard process. No matter which part of the karmic lessons you're on, you know. It says you will come together until you receive enlightenment. And then your souls need to separate to complete the mending process. When this happens, so when you've started to mend and you've started to heal, you cannot allow the other person to suck you back into the past, because they're sucking you into negativity connected to the lessons, the karmic lessons that you've learned. If you hadn't learned them, you wouldn't see them as wrong. So, if you aren't doing the things you did, you've grown and you've learned, therefore you've recognized that's, and most of the time in these kind of things, it's like you realize just how horrible, and this is why it's so important to forgiving yourself. Once you've forgiven yourself, you're going to realize, wow, I have a lot of stuff to forgive myself for, which means I have a lot of forgiving to do for others also, because I'm not the only one wanting forgiveness in this world. Everybody needs it. It's a need for their souls. This separation comes with hardships, so seek prayer during your time of turmoil. Ask for guidance through the greater good of God and His intentions for your well-being. Remember, the two of you were meant to be together for a period of time, no matter how challenged or confused you are in the end. So if this is an ending, just remembering that this was for a purpose, a soul purpose, and just reminding yourself of that can bring you a lot of peace. If you are still with or in this relationship, there's just a need to recognize that you both got something to learn there, and the faster you learn it, or the more, and it's not like you can rush certain things, it's a process, but when that's acknowledged, it's much smoother. Conversations will happen. It says, the rock, hurt me if you must, I will carry the pain of your brokenness. This is feeling karmic. This is feeling like some situation where somebody really hurt somebody, and that person probably got hurt by that person, but one person is still carrying this the shame and the guilt of being kind of like the bad karma or whatever, the hard lesson, while and saying, I get it, I understand that you're feeling this way about me, but nonetheless it doesn't take away the fact that I love you. I'm seeing things differently than, it's trying not to get pulled back into this negative cycle. And it says how thankful we are when we've met someone by our side to support us in times of need. And it is a time of need. In that little book I'm talking about, the soul, and it makes me cry almost every time I think about it. The little soul goes, thank you, you're so great for doing this for me. And the other soul says, okay, just hold on, wait. And he gets really, the soul gets really down, and his energy starts to drop, and he says, promise me one thing. And the little soul says, sure, anything. And he says, remember who I am. And the little soul says, of course I'll remember who you are. You're beautiful, you're shiny, you're wonderful, you're doing this for me. I can't forget that. And the other soul says, just remember who I am. It's very important, because I may forget who I am. And I'll need you to remind me of who I am. Not who I was or what I did, but who I am. And that's the difference between the I and the I am. Okay? So that's very powerful. Please do not turn your back on your loved one during the most desperate time of need. Listen to your heart and find your strength. Maybe you are the only person to truly understand them. This kind of love for partners, friends, and family is significant, and with this particular challenge comes growth. Your devotion and loyalty will not be overlooked. Everyone needs compassion and kindness. When you are willing to give it unconditionally, you are selfless. And that is unconditional love, and that is true love of God. That is godly love. That is the kind of love we have through God, but we are part of God, so we want to be that. Like, we want to be the goodness, the love, and in order to do that, we have to love like God. We've just been conditioned to believe that God's wrathful and all this, because just the society, man. I can't go there right now, but it's a lot, you guys. 38. We're going to go to the next card. And it's grace of God. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. Take your best shot. I will stand. No matter how angry somebody is right now at you, or you at them, whichever way this goes, you guys, remember that you're here for something bigger. And it's to have grace. The grace of God. The love of God. This is coming through powerful. That strength card, it's so powerful. And you're Leo, you know, this is the strength. This is the energy of strength. Take the best shot, I will stand. Unwavering. I will not fall. I will not break. For his love is always true and strong. This no one can take away. And that is the love of God. Sometimes when we are sad and feeling lost or broken, and this can bring, oh my gosh, and it says unexpected lower vibrational entities may be attracted to our vulnerability. And that's getting sucked into this darkness so we can't let this happen. As we are healing from the karmic things we've brought to others, and we've maybe been given the lessons, the learning, the growth. The more we see it like that, the less hateful and low vibe we're going to be. And we need this strong energy to transmute this negative energy, okay? Confused about their own existence, entities could choose to reside in someone's living space. Their presence could even start to influence the way someone thinks and behaves. Wow. This is even feeling like somebody could even be overtaken by negative entities. That's really powerful. And it says that's why it's important to periodically clear unwanted energies or entities away from ourselves and our surroundings. Just like we sweep, vacuum, or wash our clothes, maintaining a clear spiritual environment is just as important. Don't worry or be fearful. There are some great techniques you can use for a successful outcome. One of the most popular clearing tools is sage or smudge. These natural products are often used to help clean house. While burning sage, walk through your space in your rooms with confidence. So you walk through your room, or you walk through the home with confidence that you are eliminating any negative energy or entities that are trying to embed themselves in you or your loved ones, okay? Because this could be a powerful energy that could really resist any light, any higher vibration. Wow, I don't get that very often in readings, but it says those who do not serve, it says you might try saying something like this: those who do not serve the love of God must leave this space. You can also call upon Pine Meadow Maria or even her son, Jesus Christ, for assistance. And rose oil is associated with Mary Mother, and it can be diffused with water and sprayed through your home. And it says, be assured, because the mere mention of the name Jesus Christ demands respect, and those who are worthy will not be able to tolerate his presence. Sometimes we may have an unwanted attachment to our physical body or soul, and it's more common than you realize. There are several possibilities: spirit entities, demons, shape-shifting giant demons, lesser demons, watcher demons. Wow, this is getting into some big, like, otherworldly stuff happening in these relationships, and like trying to really dispel darkness out of some kind of situation here. I don't get this hardly ever, but this is coming in like, wow. Whew. It says, I know this all sounds like one of those scary movies, but it's most important that you are not fearful. And that is because the devil feeds on fear, or the energy, that devil energy, that dark energy feeds on fear, and it feeds on weakness, and it feeds on shame and guilt and all these horrible low vibrational energies that God has sent Jesus. And this is just in Christianity, and I don't get into one or the other, but it's powerful. The message is powerful. It's not even just about the message, and it's not just Jesus that's brought this message. Many, many, many gurus, many, many, many beings have brought this message, and it's important that we listen to this message of love and peace, and this, and throughout time and history, people have known there's dark energy, and it's like needing to stand up and face it and not back down. Like the beginning of this card says, take your best shot, I will stand. Unwavering, I will not fall, I will not break. For this love is always true and strong. This no one can take away. Don't let any dark energy, even from a partner or a family member or anything in your life right now, take your light away or dim it. Right now, it's very important. This does never come through hardly in my readings, you guys, although I do feel a lot of spiritual power and angelic, but it's really, really coming in saying, hey, there is a lot of dark entities getting to people right now, and because of the shift, and I feel like it is bigger. There's a bigger shift happening here where we're going to start seeing that divide more, and that we need this. We need this light. We need this love. We need this forgiveness. We need this understanding in order to move forward in a more positive direction. And I truly believe that in my heart. And it says that if you love and guidance is with you. If you're dealing with spirit entities, fragment, or lost souls who need assistance crossing over to the light, you can use loving words and kindness to assure them a safe passage. And it's just saying, make sure that you know that dark energy or that negative vibe or that negative wording or whatever it is that you're facing right now that feels really dark or hopeless, you say it's no longer welcome in your life. It's no longer welcome in your world. That's what it's saying. So let's go ahead and get a little more on this, you guys. Let's get 3 of these Metatron cards for you guys. Under this. Let's see here. Time for release. Letting go. This is under that card about letting go of the and then we got building blocks for life, priorities, and duality, balance needed. Something really strong coming in here saying something needs to balance out in these relationships or these dynamics. A lot of strength is going to be needed here. We got under this 61, which was that misty memory. The soul growth can be challenging. Letting go. This says time for release. But then priorities is next to that, which is saying, you're going to have to pick right now your priorities to bring in balance. So you may need to let something go, but then love being a priority, maybe doing this from a loving place or just sticking with something no matter what. It says no matter what. You could, that's what I'm getting. It's like you've been feeling this, like this is like past energy, and then we got like what's happening kind of like in the center here, and then what's kind of coming in. And there is all this there's this feeling here of you may be thinking about or seeing something go, releasing something that feels karmic or feels like but like it's you're drawn to it, but it's very interesting. It says it does, and I've been feeling this tower energy, you guys, and it says it links the planet Uranus and the nature of change and adapting to unexpected events. So if this event or something unexpected comes in here, you need to let go of expectations, maybe judgments, behaviors, addictions, anything that could be causing you to not stay dedicated to the lesson, the soul lesson, the growth. So anything that's hindering your growth, you need to release. And it doesn't feel like it's the person. It feels like it could be like judgments or like maybe even negative entities or something like that you need to be really mindful of right now as you're thinking about maybe releasing something here or somebody. Wow, this is big. Letting go may apply to a mindset, behavior, addictions, truly anything that makes you feel heavy and troubled, that's not serving you. Your attention is brought to this now. Metatron's here to help you realize change happens all around us every day, and nothing can ever stay the same. There's a time and a season for everything. Oh, maybe you've enjoyed or savored what you are now being asked to let go of. And that could be, it could be a way you think. It could be a protection mechanism. It could be an addiction. And it could be a relationship. If somebody's trying to drag you back into the darkness, you can only shine so much love and light on it. I get it. And I'm not asking anybody to stay where it's really bad and toxic. But there is something bigger here happening that I'm getting through this. It says, let go with grace and gentleness. Do what you already know you have to do, but realize you're not being asked to do it alone. Choosing this card may imply that you're being carried by the Archangel Metatron through a period of grief. So if this has already happened, don't get sucked into some kind of darkness here. That could be a big message in this, because with this, it could be you getting sucked into some negative energy or some lower vibration because of a loss, or because maybe something was only there to teach you a lesson, or was only there for you to help it grow, like the person or the, we're talking about souls here. So there's something here, and then it just says, please do not turn your back on your loved one during the most desperate time of needs. Listen to your heart. So this could have been a mind thing, something like a thought that caused either a release, or maybe a split up, or maybe you're thinking about it. And it's really double asking you to check your priorities here. Is it love, or is it ego? What is it? That's what I'm getting from this card. Let's go to this 52 priorities. The angels have heard your call for help and are here offering their support, assistance, and time. There will be times, this card asks you to look at where you give away your time, energy, and attention. Today, look at what is important and what isn't. So if it's like, this is about paying attention to the love, the bigger picture, the soul lesson, the lesson in it. This has been a message for over a month now I've been getting with the spectrum of light, and in between the black and the white, and seeing all the colors in between, seeing all the lessons in between, seeing what it's trying to show us in these colors. And these are rays of light, you guys. I've got I started channeling about the rays of light and going down that, and began getting downloads about that. So that's been a very powerful energy, recognizing everybody has a different strong, powerful ray. We're made of them all, but we have one distinct ray we bring, and it has a shadow side too, like before it's evolved, before it's conscious. It's like the unconscious and versus the conscious light. So once you're it's self-serving in its unconscious, and it's whole serving, like serving the collective in its higher consciousness. So that's something to keep in mind too. It says, and then from that wise, considered place, everything will start to flow. That is interesting, because then we got this duality coming in next. And it says, you are asked to look at the need for balance in your life right now. This could be about moderation too. I am getting that temperance energy. So if there is something you need to release so that you can look at something clearer, or do something with your heart, not your head, it could be there. Maybe there is a substances or something affecting your mind. Maybe there is something, just a pattern of thinking or something, or you just find yourself slipping into not seeing the bigger picture, the full spectrum of colors and lights and lessons. That's what I'm getting. And it says, the promise you're given is what seems most difficult. Okay, it says, rather than labeling what you struggle with now as unfair or unjust, and seeing only its bleakness, look again and see the light within it. And that's what I'm getting. Like, even if this is like a karmic relationship or something like that, there's light within it. You've learned something. Don't walk away from something not appreciating the value that it's had for you in your life, or that it does have for you in your life. It says, from those who dry your tears as they care for you, to the unexpected smile of a stranger that pierces through the darkest day, light is always there in hard times too. The promise you are given is that what seems most difficult now will pass. Your life is made up of light and shade. Into each life, both sun and rain must fall. But the rainbow is always there, bridging our existence. And that is the colors between the black and white that was coming in. And this is this card I'm reading right now, guys. And that's how it's been. It's like black and white, like that. But then there's actually like this going on to bridge that. That's the bridge. That's like a rainbow bridge. It's like a spiritual bridge. And I know a lot of people think, the rainbow bridge is also like the bridge of passing, like loved ones. But this is feeling like a bridge, a bridging of understanding that not everything's black and white. And those black and white things, there's so many lessons and stuff in between them. It's to create balance, but we have to see those lessons in between to get this balance. It's interesting. I don't know. There's just... And it says this card seeks for you to feel the balance of life and flow that allows you to experience duality. One of the only places in the great universe where this is possible. Take this symbol on the card you have chosen and place it in your hands. Ask Archangel Metatron to help you see both sides to any disagreement. That is supporting this, staying and supporting somebody you love through maybe a dark time right now, guys. And if this is you in a dark time and you're needing supporting, reach out to friends, family, God, whatever, because you have support here. And it's needed for perspective. That's what I'm getting. Because there could be some lower vibration or darker energy messing with the mind, messing with the perspective, messing with in a negative way, because either way you can mess with stuff in negative ways or positive ways. But what kind of energy are we bringing to the table? Are we bringing hope? Are we bringing love? Are we bringing despair and hopelessness and weakness and fear, or are we bringing strength? That's the question here. And what are we bringing energetically to our relationships, to our conversations, to ourselves? Because it starts with yourself, you guys. In order to make this to shine, you have to work on that ray of light for yourself. Find out what your kind of soul light purpose is, and kind of hone in on that and take all the others into consideration, because they're all part of the bridge. They're all part of the connection. It's interesting to feel the light within the darkest hour. Ask Metatron for help to see both sides of any disagreement, and to feel light within the darkest hour, to see the masculine and feminine parts of you, and to bring all aspects of yourself back to equilibrium. Coming back, needing to get into balance here. That's actually what this is doing, actually, because this is coming in as the energy. So it's actually bringing in balance. Whatever's happening right now is bringing in balance in this relationship, this dynamic, whatever it is, you guys. This change in perception, maybe a cleansing ceremony, prayer, and just a kind of a knowing, kind of an understanding. That's what I'm getting. Understanding is bringing in balance. Let's get a tarot card for under these. We got that Six of Cups. This could be soulmate. Six of Cups is a soulmate card also. It says, I remember and treasure past memories. Somebody in your heart, in your mind, that's close. You've maybe known them for a very long time. Lifetimes, maybe upon lifetimes. And there's just a feeling here that either it has been released, or you are letting go of it, or you need to let go of the perception of it so that you can stick with it. And that's what I'm getting. So you'll have to make that decision. I'm not here to make those big decisions for you guys. I'm just here to read the cards, and then if it resonates, you can take the information and do what your heart says to do with it. I'm not here to feed anybody's egos. I mean, I'm here to try to grow, get our soul selves on top of the personality self. We got the Hierophant here. I am ready to love and learn. Whether this means sticking by somebody or learning that there's a bigger picture at play here with the Hierophant. It's spiritual, it's traditional too. It comes through as a lot of things for me, but it says you're ready to love and learn. And it could be loving or learning to love unconditionally. That's what this middle card and this card are talking about. Not with restrictions, maybe not the traditional way. Kind of stepping outside the box or outside of the black and white and seeing something with a little more color. That's what I'm getting from that. Let's whoop. And there we go. Well, we got two for here. We got the Five of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. I stand my ground and look for peace. This is, to me, the Five of Wands is always challenging, but it's not necessarily like bad. It's a challenge. It's a challenge to test your strength. It looks to me, it's like a test card, like something here happening, testing to see if there is the Wheel of Fortune here. So this, to me, a lot of the times the Wheel of Fortune is about remaining centered in our heart center while there's a lot of stuff going on that could feel really chaotic, and we could make crazy choices while this wheel is turning. It could be turning for somebody around you, and you might want to jump in and maybe just there's a need to be very mindful about your actions right now and about your choices right now, because there's some kind of balance happening that's good here coming in, and it's just standing your ground. And this, by that I mean standing with what you have, the strength you have. All of us have that special kind of skill, and it's like, this is what I believe and this is what I'm standing by. So this is a feeling like conviction, as things are turning around you, and having trust in this process too. That's what I'm getting from that. So let's go ahead and get a shaman oracle for you guys. This is nice. This feels very like relationship-y, soulmate-y, karma. I know karma's playing out in everybody's lives right now. And I'm not even sure what's going on with Saturn. What is Saturn and Jupiter in right now? Taurus. Jupiter's in Taurus, I think. Saturn is Pisces. Okay, we got the wind. And it did come in reverse, so we're going to read the medicine for that card. Ooh, yeah, some things need release to balance something out here. Maybe a thought process, a perspective. Maybe a judgment. That's been the theme of these readings. And I think we're really getting honed in on like, why are you judging people? Or what are you judging? And what is there to forgive? Everybody's here learning. The faster we understand that, the faster we get to an accepting and loving place for our whole collective. Okay, so the wind, the invitation. I'm going to read the medicine. When wind comes as medicine, you're being invited to recognize the value of chaos. That's what I'm feeling like. Something could be feeling very chaotic with this wheel, and very challenging, and testing your conviction, testing your dedication, your even maybe your spirituality, That's another thing I'm getting. Testing your light, testing your... Yeah, that's what I'm getting. It says the windstorms provide necessary chaos to clear the air and spread seeds so plants and trees can take root in new fields. Right now, it may seem as if your world has been turned upside down. I have been getting that tower energy through these readings, and it did bring in Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of the tower, that tower energy. I believe that's right. Yes, pretty sure. Right now, it may seem as if your world's been turned upside down, but this is a temporary storm that will blow over. Have trust in this process right now, Leo, or whoever this is resonating with. There is a challenge here. There's a test. There's some stuff shifting planetarily, and you may need to really, really dedicate yourself to your higher purpose here, whatever that is, your higher self. This could have to do with some kind of relationship. And Six of Cups, this is also, started in innocence. Well, it started in youth, something maybe that goes back to the youth. Could be there's something, it could be a family, it could be friends, and it could be that soulmate, or that that soul reconnection every lifetime or whatever. And then we got that wheel here, you guys. It's like something's happening here, whoever this is resonating with. It says this medicine is to simplify. It says perhaps communication has been broken down between you and another, so you may not even be talking to this person. Or your many to-do lists are overwhelming you, so you're getting overwhelmed and exhausted and not staying centered. Like I said, centered in that Wheel of Fortune. It's very important to stay centered in your heart and not get swept away by other things right now. Stay with your heart. Just know that the storms have great value if you can remain neutral, remain balanced. And that is this yin-yang energy. Remain neutral in this energy, not to really judge one side or another. That's what I'm getting. And if this is something you're observing, don't judge one side or the other. Stay neutral. Stay with love. Stay with your heart, and knowing that people are here learning. And yeah, there's a big picture here. There's always a big picture, but it's coming in really strong here. Greater clarity and good things will come from it all. Remember, this too shall pass. No matter what this is, good things are going to come. And I know we get impatient and we want things on our time, but that's not how the divine works. That's not how the universe works. But this does feel like a little faster moving energy. So let's go ahead and get one of these. Actually, let's get one of these at the top here. It's really nice. This is a powerful connection or dynamic or something going on here in your life. Just remember, whether you're still in it or you've already released it, it's still important to show your love to it, and not and remain like balanced, and don't like it's kind of like going with the flow. You guys I cannot make this up. Strength. I knew I was feeling this the whole way through. Strength to me is always about following your heart and not your animal instincts or your personality or your fear or your whatever. It's trusting. It says courage and fortitude, compassion and growth. You guys, this is a powerful reading about strength, which is the Leo archetypal. It's let's get a spiral oracle, you guys, for this reading. This is a pretty strong reading, you guys. So if you're going through this, and I know you feel it in your heart, you know if this person or this situation was destined to you, or to learn something from, or you to them. He says, I am source. I love that. We're going to read that, you guys. I am source. And I was feeling this earlier about being that part of God, that we're all learning to be the different, well, we already are. We're learning how to use love. Be love. It's not even using love. It's just be the love that we are in our earthly bodies and existence, and for each other, which is ourselves. So I'm going to read this, I am source. But yeah, this is a powerful message. I am source. And I was just going down the whole, before I started reading, I was actually thinking a lot about this. I am. And on my door here, I have my name is I am. And it's one of my favorite things to read. I might just read it. It says, well, I think I might, let me read this first, and then maybe I might find it and just link it under here in the description. In this holographic reality, we function like mirrors. I mirror you, and you mirror me. I look into my mirror, I look at you, I look at myself. I can clearly see myself when I observe you. The outside acts as a mirror for my mind, and where I see different qualities of my own essence, of my most primitive self reflected. The primitive self, that's that strength cartoon, that primitive, I grew up in a fragmented society that made me believe in not being enough, not being valuable, not being capable. I often believed that I had a broken wing. This has been a message too, this broken wing energy, and still flying and moving forward. I want to say it came in Gemini's reading too, so you may have Gemini, or even dealing with that too, a Gemini or something strongly in your chart, or another's. This aspect of society is also my mirror, a very useful one, which can encourage me, and that's that strength card, okay, encourage you to move forward, show courage, take care of myself in harmful situations. It makes me appreciate life and see it from another perspective. It gives me an opportunity to educate and expand my vision of reality. And the Hierophant is under this building blocks for life, which is this color spectrum I was talking about. It's like seeing the whole picture. It's teaching us something here about other perspectives. Like I said, with like the rays of light instead of just the black and white. That's a strong message here. It says it gives me an opportunity to educate and expand my vision of reality. Yeah. I now see that not being is an illusion, is a veil, based on a mistaken belief system and a projection of inherited fears. I pause and look at you again. I look at myself again. Seeing a spectrum of light and shadow, I assimilate the information received and I weigh it up. When I look at myself through harsh, closed, or authoritative mirrors. I have the opportunity to review my own violence, to set limits, and to express myself, and let go as necessary. I always deserve love. When I connect with sweeter, more loving, and compassionate mirrors, I am filled with peace, connection to life and to my purpose, because our humanity is in essence pure love. And that is one of the most beautiful reflections. I am. The act of observing says more about the observer than about what is observed. Remember that if you're facing somebody that's dealing with darkness right now, or maybe it's you, remember that as you're reflecting on others. It says more about the observer than the one being observed. So kind of evaluate that, like look at yourself in that. And it says silence. Silence is the key word to this. It says, I rest in silence. Silence reveals the truth. From the silence, the answers spring. I am able to look beyond the story I have told myself and observe my current situation clearly. Today I grow and heal with love. That is this energy, you guys. So let's get a Kali card real quick, and then that's going to close up your guys' message. That one kind of wanted to come out, so I'm still going to shuffle these, but I'm just going to leave that one down on the table. This is beautiful. This is all about love, guys. No, let's just, I feel like maybe that is the card there. Okay, we got this. All right. Okay, so, wow, okay. We got this. Guna Tantrika. It takes strength of spirit not to override inner knowing with social pressures. Yeah, like this, this high expectation, these judgments that society has made us feel like we need to make and we need to do, and we can't choose what our hearts tell us is right to choose. It says, override inner knowing with social pressures or an inhuman expectation for constant performance. You can't be perfect. Nobody's perfect. And don't judge people for not being perfect, and don't judge yourself, and vice versa. Don't try to make yourself perfect. You are perfectly growing. You are perfectly evolving, and so is everybody else. And that's a really important message to your guys' message. Trust in the shifting cycles to give yourself what you need for well-being. No being benefits when you are at odds with yourself. You have the inner power and capacity to be at peace within your being now. And the one that had fell out was the Mahavidya. No matter how logical an approach may be, or how sensible it may seem, there are times when the heart nudges us towards a different way. Have the courage to be moved by your heart along untried paths that resonate, whatever the logical mind has to say about them. You are outgrowing a problem and birthing a supreme outcome. Nice. All right, Leo. So that is your guys' message. I hope it helps somebody. And as always, I appreciate you guys coming, watching your reading. I appreciate all your guys' likes, your subscribes, and just coming and watching your readings, guys. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.